Welcome to the second video of the Learn to Knit online course. And in this video, we're going to choose a pattern to start our knitting journey on. And within the Purl Jane family, there are lots of simple, easy to follow patterns. And I have narrowed it down to 6. And we're going to start off with a scarf pattern. And it doesn't matter which scarf pattern you choose, because I'm going to show you how to do slip knots, cast on, learn to knit and cast off, and they're all you need to do any of these patterns. They're nice and simple, easy to follow, and you can just sit down and relax with them. Now, with all of these patterns, I've used more than one colour, and you don't have to. You can use the same colour. I just like using different colours because I think it helps with the knitting journey, where you don't feel, oh, I've got to knit all of this in one colour. I can get to a certain point and use a different colour. So the first one that I am recommending is the simple chunky cowl, which I designed in 2019 for a Learn to Knit course in the shop. So that was over a few Sundays, and I just wanted to get everyone started with 2 balls because I thought that was achievable in the time that we had. And also it shows you that just 2 balls, with doing the colour change, that's all you need. It's 2 balls to do this cowl, and it's nice and simple. So that's 2 50-gram balls. Now this is where knitting can get a bit confusing, and also with yarn amounts and things like this. So I'm telling you to get 2 50-gram balls, and this is 100% merino wool, and it's Knoll soft donegal. Obviously I'd recommend getting this, make it nice and simple, but if you're using up stash or you're getting it from a friend or whatever, then you're looking at meterage. So this one has 64 meters to 50 grams. So that's what we look at with yarn amounts. So it's not necessarily the grams, but how many meters to 50 grams. So to knit this cowl, you need about, give or take, 120 meters, and this is split into 2 for this. But if you're getting a 100-gram ball and it's got 120 meters on, then that's what you need. So 2 balls of yarn, the pattern, and 6mm needles to do this one. Oh, all these patterns are on the Purl Jane website, so purljane.co.uk/patterns, and then in there the Learn to Knit ones, or click on scarves or something, and all of these are free to download. So you can download these off the website if you wanted, or you can pop into the studio and purchase a printed pattern, and that will cost something. It depends when you watch this, so there will be just a cost just to cover printing for that one. So there's that option. Now this one, which is the simple striped scarf, this one I designed in 2022, and I designed this one because people did the simple cowl, but then they got addicted to knitting and they wanted to knit it longer. So I did a long version, which is this one. So this is the long scarf, and this one takes 4 balls. So 2 of those and 2 of these. Doesn't work, does it? So 2 and 2, so 4 balls to knit this one. And again, I just did the colour change, so you kind of feel like you can achieve something, whether you think, oh, I just need to knit that much, rather than thinking I need to knit this much. You can just think, oh, I need to knit this much, stop, this much, stop, or just see how long. Like when you first knit, it might take you a week to do this, and then 4 days, and then 2 days, etc, etc. So that is the simple striped scarf. So 6mm needles, and again, all details on the Purl Jane website. Then there is the simple the super merino striped scarf, and this one is a chunkier yarn. So that is this one here, and again this just takes 2 balls of yarn to do that one, and that's what it looks like. So with 9mm needles, and this is 2 rows in one colour and 2 rows in another colour, and you don't cut your yarn. So you knit 2 rows in one, and then pick up, knit 2 rows in another, pick up, knit 2 rows, and that's what that is all along the side. That is where you've swapped, so we're not cutting off. So that might seem a bit scary because you've got 2 balls of yarn on your needles, your 9mm needles, but once you get going, it's super easy. So I've got the wide version, and then the narrow version's just dropped on the floor, and you've got the narrow version. So that one is the Super Merino striped scarf, and you've got 9mm needles and 2 balls of yarn. So just the Super Merino, that colourway, or that colourway. And then if you wanted, again, you think, oh, I'm going to get addicted to this, there is the Super Merino scarf, which takes 4 balls. So that one takes 2 of the main and then 1 each of those. And that is a colour block one. So that's this one. So that is where you cast on with 1 shade, and you knit a little bit, then you knit a lot, and then you knit a medium size amount, and that's your colour block one. And this one's a bit bigger than the other ones, and yeah, like I said, 4 balls on that, 9mm needles. There were different colour choices to choose from. And then finally we have the Deino, and this one I knitted years ago, knitted and designed 2017. Now this one might feel a little bit more complicated because while we're using 9mm needles, we're using 2 hanks, 2 shades together. Ooh, label came off. And so we're using the 2 threads together. So that can seem a little bit scary if you've not done that before, but it's also really exciting. So I did a version with using up, so if you're an experienced knitter and you've got this far, you can use bits of your yarn up. So if you've got a stash, you don't have to use the same 2 colours, or if that is just too much, then you can just use the Super Merino because it's the same tension. So those are the patterns to choose from. So you can choose from any one of those, and I'll see which pattern I'm gonna choose. So I'll choose one to do. I might show you how to do the Deino as well, with using the 2 strands, and together we can start knitting our scarf, start knitting our learn to knit journey. I'm getting too excited, I can't find the words. So yeah, so choose a pattern, you can find them online. Doesn't matter which one you choose, everything that I'm going to show you in the next few videos will get you starting on your knitting journey.